Alright, welcome back to this Dakota. About to continue on with my playthrough. Alright, so where was I at here? I think I have to use this last one. Okay, so I picked up this, which was on sale. And unless I want to sell this off, I'm probably just going to have to pick up a power grid. Yeah, I'll pick up this one and put that on my brute. Which one is my brute? Okay. Okay, after attacking, gain 1 movement. I wonder if I should... It seems like something maybe the primary mech would want. But she has a shield, which is really useful. Artillery can use it to help reposition. Yeah, I think I'm gonna consider using this on artillery. And this thing needs power in order to... This thing needs power. Possibly also need 2 health in order to actually make good use of the ramming engines here. So I do have 2 power. I could also use 2 power to just increase the cannon, deal 2 damage instead of 1. Flying line slide, pushing yourself. I don't know about this. I really don't know about that. I mean, 2 power increasing this thing to deal 3 damage is pretty good. I feel like increasing 2 damage on this thing. I guess just having this unpowered. 2 power on the shotgun is just so useful. What was this guy's special ability? No special abilities. This guy doesn't have level up either. Alright. So I think for my second one, I've done this one. I think I'm okay with just going on the poison island. No, I'll go on the desert island. Alright, so on the desert island, there's gonna be sand, and the sand can prevent things from attacking. I guess it makes sense if I want to be greedy about this to go here, 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 and the last one can be any of these 3. But definitely the first one should probably just be this one. Defend the terraformer, terraform. Okay, so terraformer is pretty helpful, pretty powerful in destroying things. This is what does this thing do? So it gives +1 HP to everything. Okay, that's pretty annoying. I guess probably something like tank here. Definitely want to put my artillery in center here. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so the terraform has 1 activation, which is gonna kill one of these groups. I'm thinking either this group or this group. So this one probably is toughest to kill. In which case, maybe have my artillery move back here. Smack. Oh no. This is gonna have 4 health, huh? So what if I use my gun to blast this thing? This thing goes down to 3 health. All these have fairly ridiculous amounts of health. Alright, I think maybe I can push these guys to this one side and then kill them using one big blast. So maybe if I cause this move here, have my artillery push this thing to here, have my tank push this thing to here, and then terraform this area. That'll bring this thing down to 3 health. That'll bring this thing down to 3 health. Alternatively, I can actually have my artillery push this thing over to this side. And then this thing will be free. And I mean, this guy push this thing here, move this guy, push this guy here, and then have him push this guy here. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I think that works. I think that works and that kills everyone. Oh yeah. Terraform that up. And I can reposition this dude. So there's 4 turns, and in order to meet the second goal of terraforming everything back, I need to actually use my terraformer in each of the 4 directions. So I've already used this direction, I can't terraform this direction again, which is a little sad because I'm gonna have a hard time killing this one otherwise. Yeah. What can I do? What can I do? Probably terraform this direction, killing this thing. That means I can load all my damage on this thing. I could probably do something like move this thing over here, shoot this thing, dealing 2 damage, move this thing here, move this thing here, and smack it for another 2, and then terraform this area. I could even push this thing to this side and terraform this way rather than terraform this way. What is most likely going to happen is it likely that I'm going to need to terraform this direction? Actually, terraforming this direction is fine. Yeah, so I'm going to think I'm going to move this guy first. And smack this guy around. Can't move into this spot because it's now smoked and I can't attack from it. That might have been wasted XP. Actually, I don't really need to move out of this spot. I guess it might be more helpful if I'm slightly closer. If I move here, it's pretty unlikely that they stand in the cloud, so that seems fine. Actually, I could actually shoot this one and push this thing slightly over here. I think that might be a slightly better position, more central. Okay. Alright, so this guy's already dead to rights to this terraform. So I need to maybe have these two guys handle him. Ooh. I also need to handle him. This guy charge, what does he do? Charge 1 damage and push. So technically actually maybe I should push this guy over here, terraform in this area. Use either of my dudes to just attack this one. This guy is a straight shooter? No, he just attacks adjacent. He attacks 1 adjacent or 2 adjacent? Just 1 adjacent, okay. So if I maybe move this guy over here using my artillery, I can maybe have the tank shoot him and then the mech smack him for smack and kill him, leaving this guy up. I think that seems reasonable. This guy only has 2 health. Alright. Again, I'm not terraforming this direction because I need to hit the 2 remaining directions to complete the objective. Yeah. And I will go ahead and do my shot first. And she can stand here and use the spear. Just a little closer. And technically they have an extra movement, but doesn't really make sense to move here, so getting a little close to the catastrophe here. Just slightly close. Alright, good. So I can push this guy back to here and terraform this whole area. And that means I can just kill this last one with the dude that has less XP. Alright, promotion plus an extra power, 2 mech XP. Okay, good. Defense grid, not that great. 2 extra XP means I can actually use this fairly effectively. I don't know that I really want to. One extra power. This applies the acid after the attack, so it's not quite good, but it's probably pretty good for bosses. +1 range means I can deal 3 damage to, or I can deal on 3 enemies to damage, but it's pretty unlikely that they're all lined up like that. So should I power this thing? I already have a shot that deals 2 damage, so what is the bonus of ramming it? The bonus of ramming it would be I move myself further. Actually, ramming this thing seems like maybe another mech wants to do this. I don't know. Alright, this seems the most profitable, so I'll go for it. What do I need to protect the solar farms? They only take 1 damage. Ooh, this is pretty feisty. I'll probably go something like that, I want to say. Yeah, over there is fine, okay. Again, I'm putting this in the back row so I can have full clearance. Not looking too good right now. What is the attack order? Yep, not looking too good. I have 3 things I can do, and clearly 4 things that are attacking. I can artillery this thing and move both these guys away. That's certainly one thing. How much damage does this guy do? 1 damage? So unfortunately I can push this guy into this thing and have him charge this thing, but this thing, this flyer is attacking before. This flyer is attacking before he would kill it if I did that. What if so even if I cast artillery here, that pushes this out of the way, that pushes this thing on here. So the only thing I can think of that would actually handle both of these with one, so like there's 4 things that I need to address with 3 actions. So one of my actions has to like address 2 of these threats, and the only thing I can think of that will address 2 of these threats is moving the artillery over here, artillerying this ground, pushing these to the side. But the downside of that is it just does nothing to prevent damage next turn, or like to actually reduce the number of threats for the following turn, which is kind of a major drawback. Yeah, like I can kill this thing with either of these guys, even with this guy, even with the artillery. No, I can't kill it with artillery, really. I guess I could move my tank here, attack this thing, that kills it. Can my artillery do something fancy so that it actually addresses some more threats? Pushes this thing here. My tank kills this thing. I move this thing over here. I attack both. No. Can't even block myself on these attacks. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the one thing that seems reasonable. This is a lot of threats left open. I could have pushed this guy here first and then moved this thing to here. No, that wouldn't have done it. Like, I could have moved my tank to here, shot this guy to here, then he would have hammered, this one would have just smacked into him. Alternatively, I can shoot this guy with my tank, move this guy over here, and like spear both these guys. But the spearing of both these guys would not actually kill either of them. Stab multiples, push the farthest one. Even if I stood here and shot this thing into here, that'd only deal 3 damage. Alright, well, I think even body blocking is not going to do much. Yeah, just have to just smack this thing around. And this guy shoots this gun. And extra movement. Yeah, this is gonna be really bad. Five attackers. Okay. Alright, well that's not too bad. There's only 1, 2, and 3, no, just 2 immediate threats. This one needs to die though. He's giving extra health. Okay. So if I don't kill this one, I could push this one over here so it charges this way. Push this one over here. That's one. Have maybe this one move here, shoot this thing down. That kills it. And then lastly, maybe move this guy here, smack this one, killing that. Is there any other plan that looks like it could possibly deal more damage? This thing does how much damage? 1 damage. I don't see an immediate way to kill this thing. Yeah. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this guy here to push this thing over, and then use the extra movement to go back here. If I move here, then I can't use the extra movement to go back here because he would lob it. So, all right. Who do I want to kill? Who here? Probably have him stand here, shoot this thing, and then have him stand here, smack this thing. Seems reasonable. this 3 more enemies, 4 more enemies. Back to the 4 threats and only 3 actions. Okay. Okay, so if I push this thing to here, that's 1 threat resolved. I think, no, this artillery basically has to resolve this threat because I don't think any of the other guys can handle this. Artillery probably has to do something like go here, push this thing here, and then when it charges this thing, it might actually even block this thing. So that's good, as long as I give it room to do that. So that means I need to have my tank be here, shoot this and kill it. Can't have my... I could also have my melee be here and spear it. I can't just push this thing on this side though, since it will crash into the building. So that's the case. I think I'm fine with also moving this thing here, and then using my spear on this thing. It'll kill it, and then this one will be left over. Alright, and I guess, so do I want to stand here and then move here at the start of next turn? I guess that's fine. Alright, and spear this thing. Bonus move into the dust. Alright, do need to kill 2 more enemies here, otherwise I don't complete this objective. And those 2 enemies, this is a little disturbing, because this is a 3. So yeah, so I have to kill 2 of these, and pretty much have to kill this one. I think the only way I kill this one is actually using a pushing him into here, because I have 2 damage max. Yeah, fairly confident that I calculated that correctly. So I'll push this thing here, take a damage, unfortunately. Shoot him, and then push him to this side. I don't see another way to deal 3 damage. I could move this thing over here and push it into here, but then I'm not able to kill that thing. Yeah. Push this thing here. Shot this, deal 1 damage here. Alright. Unfortunate. And deal a solid 2 there. Have it not touch the building. Okay, so 2 more areas. I guess this area is the next most attractive with 2 currencies. Extra health, okay. And you protect the bombs. Sure. Guess I'll have my artillery be like here. Yeah. So this is unfortunate. This guy's he would drown, but he's not very close to the water at this point. He's not close to anything that seems helpful, really. He's basically just gonna charge. I don't see very many ways to even deal damage to this guy. Like, I can't move him this side. I can shoot him back. I can shoot him back and then shoot him again. I can shoot him back and then shoot him again to interrupt his attack by causing a cloud here. I really want to kill this thing though. So how do I get to the point where I can kill this thing? This thing's pretty far away. I can artillery this thing. Artillery this thing, moving this thing here, moving this thing here. And then I can shoot this thing with my cannon and then move this guy over here and attack it with the sphere. So that would deal 2, 3, 4. This guy would be up in that case. Alternatively, what can I do? That does kill 2 of my dudes. 4 of this thing. 2 of these dudes. No, that kills only this one. Well, that's pretty darn good. I don't see an easy way of actually killing both of these and leaving this guy alone. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, and this cannon one first. And this one next. What the heck? This does 2 to both, so why does it not do 2 for the second one? What is going on here? Oh, I can do the spear on just one tile. Interesting. Right, could do both, please. I could move this one further up here, but I think I'm fine with it being right here. Actually, moving it further one up would allow me to be on this row. Actually, I think I can move across this thing, so that's fine. Like I can move through this thing. Okay, this seems decent. So this guy is very close to the water, so I can just push him in the water. That's one. I can have maybe have this guy push him into the water. That's one. Have this guy just move across the field, not deal with him. That's two. Actually, if he charges into something, he deals 3 damage to it. Okay. Have maybe, I think this one's the only one that's gonna reach this thing, so move this one here, shoot this thing, killing it. And yeah, I think those are all fine. Block the next spawn there. Now there is one other thing I could do here. I could actually, instead of killing this thing, I could move this thing here and have it charge. So I could have this one kill it. I don't know that there's a big benefit to that though. I think I'd probably just prefer it to be at the very end there. And I'll even move it one further this way. How annoying. So for this one, if I shoot this thing, it's gonna deal 1 damage there. I think this guy can handle it though. I think he can just shoot this spot, push it in here. And because this guy's not gonna be able to get there, I don't think. Yeah. So and I'll allow the tank to shoot this thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and see what this gives me. 3 spawns, I can handle it. Unless it's something else that like traps this thing. Alright, tank kills this thing. I move 1, 2, 3, attack these 2, deals 2 to this thing, pushes in here, deals 1 more to that. Ugh, that's not enough damage, is it? Deals 2. Yeah, I don't think I can kill this one. Just too hard, too much. Push 1, that deals 1. Alright. Just don't see a way to kill it. So I will push it to the side. saved a lot of civilians. Alright, destroyed 2 mountains. Seismic activity. End battle with less than 4. What does the activity do? Let's go ahead and do this. Generally I like hazards, so that seems fine. Marked squares will die. Is this extra health? Yep. So I think this is a little... So I'm definitely just gonna push this thing back so it dies here. That's 1. And then if I move here, I can use my spear on this thing. That's 2. And push this to the side here, but then this thing's gonna be alive. I could technically maybe move my artillery here and push this thing onto this onto this spawn. But I think it's probably better just to kill this thing and then push this thing off this spot. So how do I'd have to move here with this, move here with my artillery, push this thing here. Because alternative, like I could actually move this guy here, attack this spot, and then artillery here. What? Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll move one back towards the center. Oh, sweet. Yes. Stay there. Alright, this turn, I think I'm going to push this thing to the side here. I can't kill it. Pushing it to this side here is just going to have him attack the building possibly. So to be able to push him to this side, the only person that's able to do that is the artillery. So the artillery is going to move here, push it. This one can't handle this thing because it's gonna die if it stands in the spot. So maybe have this guy move here, attack him, but then this guy is and have him move like up to here and shoot this guy, straight up killing him. Don't even bother pushing him. I think that's about right. Oh shoot. I meant, okay, yeah. I was thinking something else. I actually, yeah, I kind of goofed up on my calculations there. That's fine. This guy's gonna go in the water and die. What's the life total here? 4. So it's just straight up across the bridge. I can artillery it so it moves forward 1. Or I can just sidestep whatever it's going to do here. This thing needs to die. I think maybe pushing this thing twice into the cliff is pretty reasonable, and then using maybe my artillery and my tank. Don't want to stand artillery and maybe this guy. Have my tank move back, shoot this thing, kill it. Yeah. Actually, undo this thing. I can have this guy stand here and spear this thing, which will give this thing more XP. Or you save the pod. I guess I can move slightly back. Alright, so how much damage does this thing do? 3 damage? Ooh, okay. I think I'm going to push this guy back 1 and then have this thing finish it off and have these 2 guys handle this thing. Which one handles what? I think this one handles I think maybe this one does this, and then this one's going to deal 2 damage. Okay. Free shot. Show who's boss. I think maybe if I can move here, I'll be totally out of range. And yeah, it's going to deal 3 more damage. Maybe if I had the one upgrade that will not attack buildings with my artillery, that would have been useful there. Brute class. Fire a non-damage projectile that pushes the tiles around the target. So why? Alright. I feel like I should somehow increase my damage here. I can upgrade this thing 2 times and not have it extra damage at all. Really would want 1 more power to just, yeah, would love 1 more power there. What if I powered this thing for 3 and went back to 2 on this one? Is that extra bonus damage is so useful. Right. Doing 3 damage with this one dude. 3 damage. need it. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna need some sort of upgrade here. I could upgrade her by 1 and then make her... No. Yeah, okay. I'll keep it like this. I upgraded to have the poison tip just to deal with possibly having high XP or high HP on the mobs here. Poison is kind of useful. Okay, these guys explode on death, it seems like. I believe that's the explode on death, okay. How to make use of that. What's the attack order? This thing attacks last. Okay. Time to actually do some movement. I think I'm gonna move my artillery here, push this guy here. Have that'll line up these two mobs so that I can move my melee dude here, attack this guy and poison them, I believe. Poison both. What I want to do is I want to actually have this guy charge into the remnants of this guy, in which case I want to shoot him first before he does that. Before this guy blocks. So I want to stand here because when this thing explodes on this tile, it doesn't damage the tank. Alright, so this should die and explode, killing, well, I guess I could probably stand to be a little closer. Oh, the poison only hits the last person? That sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was such a poor mistake. I didn't recognize that it would push it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, stand there to take an extra damage. Okay, well, so I think what I can do here is I'm gonna move this guy here, or possibly here, pushing this guy into here so that when this guy charges, it's gonna explode this thing. Alright, so that deals with these two. And this thing deals 2, huh? How could I possibly have him deal with this guy? I could move this guy here, attack him, pushing him into the poison, and then shooting shooting this guy, which means he dies right here, exploding right there. Is there a way for me to maybe have him kill this thing instead? I could have him move here, push this guy here, and then have him move here, attack this thing for 2, moving it to here. Still out of range, but this thing will be down to 2. And then it'll deal 2 damage here. So which one do I prefer? This thing to be straight up dead, or this thing to be at 1 and this thing to be at 1? 2 things to be at 1, or just 1 thing dead? I think I'd probably just prefer this thing to be dead, to be honest. That does mean that I get into the poison in order to accomplish this move. No. I don't get into the poison to accomplish this. And this thing explodes here. And this, if I push this thing here, this thing's gonna push here and explode there. That's fine. Alright. Wait, this only deals 1 damage? Oh my gosh. That's no good. That's really no good. I thought that charge was gonna at least do like 3 damage. Oh, and it regenerates too. That's disgusting. I could have actually canceled that turn. Might have been worth it. Yep, might have been worth it. Alright, so how to handle this one. This one handles this thing. I can just smack this thing backwards. And this thing... So this thing pushes in here, explodes. This thing... It's too bad that I can't push this thing forward 1 so it attacks this thing. I could technically push this thing into this thing. No, that doesn't kill it either. So... Actually, I don't think this one can kill this thing because I don't think this one can actually affect this thing. So I think what's actually most reasonable is for this one to push this thing to the side and have my tank here actually push this one over here. So this one's gonna actually charge, deal, kill it. And I actually need to kill this thing next turn with something. I'm gonna go ahead and poison this dude. Man, that was a waste. guess that's it. Oh, they regenerated. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Some serious miscalculations were made. Very serious. No. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm getting out of this one alive. If only this guy was at full health. Oh, I could actually do something like move the here. Move here. Do a poison attack, a spear attack on these two, pushing it into here and killing it with the push. I don't know that I can deal 3 damage any other way. Oh no, okay, so what if I move my tank here, shooting this thing into here, killing this thing, dealing 1 damage here. I can also move my artillery over here, pushing this thing here and this thing like here. Okay, so pushing this thing here blocks this thing. Pushing this thing here means I don't... means this... so these 3 threats are handled. So is there a way to handle this threat and this threat with just this dude? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna have to suffer some casualties. This is as good as it gets, I think. Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Like, yeah, I could push this thing into here. No, it's just not useful. This guy is just gonna deal 3 damage. This guy, it's more important for me to have this guy dealt with. So how to deal with this guy? Tank, kill this thing. No, but the tank has to kill these 2. Tank has to kill these 2. Alternatively, I can push this thing here. I can push this thing here, push this thing here. No, I can move this thing here. Shoot this thing. Shoot right here. This thing bumps into here, dealing 1 damage. And then what? And then I just attack this thing, killing my... Wait. What if I did this? What if I did this? And then... move this guy here. Move this guy here, shot here, bumped him, killed him with my spear, then and then shoot him. Yeah. Whoa, it's dead. Oh gosh, darn it. This is actually gonna bump this thing into here and crash into here, isn't it? Ah, so close. So close. Alright. Well, I tried. Cannot say that I did not try. Yep, just gonna die. That first turn definitely made that mistake. Wow, this one's super good. 1 use per battle, but this is such a strong one. But I haven't unlocked this guy, so I'll definitely go over him. Mech game's armored. I'm not sure what armored means. What is armored? Well, he's strictly better than this guy. A little close, a little further away from level up, but whatever. Let's go ahead and sell him. Boosters, no. And oh, I really like this one. The Egon Mortar. Whoa, Vortex Fist. Interesting. Okay. Didn't really care for that one. I'm gonna go ahead and possibly sell that. Definitely gonna get some reactor cores going on here. Sell this one for another reactor core. So I have 4 reactor cores. And go ahead and power this up multiple times. Actually, by multiple, do I mean 2 or 3? I think I probably mean 3. I'm a big fan of this one because dealing 3 damage to 2 adjacent ones is pretty darn good. Alright, I am ready to go ahead and finish this out. Alright, let's go ahead and do my usual. And there's some nice water on this map. I don't understand if these things actually take damage. I think they do. How much damage does this thing do? 2 damage. So what can I do here? This thing deals 3. What's the order? This thing deals first. This is a little disturbing, actually. I think what I'm gonna try to do here is I'm gonna artillery this spot. That frees up, that pushes this thing here, frees up him. and I guess I don't see another way of, well, I guess I could also move this thing here and cast artillery, no, cast a cannon, pushing this thing here. That's also a possibility. And then have this guy move here and push this thing here. These things just don't seem very good. This thing deals 3 damage. Is this a charger? It charges, but he charges after this thing acts. Yeah, this is. So what if I artillery? What if I just kill this thing with my artillery? Like move this thing here and just smack it, kill it. And then I can. But then this guy is still attacking. So what if I artillery this spot, pushing these guys this way and this way? And then can I handle these guys somehow? Move this thing here, shoot this thing back, but then this guy's still there. What if I artillery this spot right here? Moving this thing here, dealing 2 here, attacking with this thing here. What does this thing will become lava? I can't move it. I can't attack. Artillery here, pushing this thing here, then somehow free him here, move him here, deal 3 damage to this thing, pushing this thing back, dealing 2 more damage to this thing. That's the only way to. What if I move this thing here? Move this thing here. Move this thing, attack this thing. Smacking it, killing it. And then move this thing here, move this thing here. This thing attacks it. And this thing attacks it for 3. Okay, well, I can't see a way around this one, so I'm gonna go with my best move that will actually deal damage, and I think that is to. Actually, what if I? No. If I artillery this thing, move this thing, move this thing. Just accept that this is gonna get lavaed. Move this thing here. And then attack this thing here. No. Alright. After not much careful consideration, I'm just gonna go with my gut here. This feels about right. Whoa, this thing has huge range. Okay. This really... So if I do this, this thing's not gonna die. If I do this, then when this thing attacks, at least it'll kill it. Yeah. I'm gonna take some damage to the grid here. Alright, this seems like a prime spot for my new rockets. Deal 3, push thing here, deal 3, push this thing into the water. At which point I can shoot this thing into here. Actually, maybe deal 3, push this thing to the water, push this thing to here, killing it. Push this into here, killing it. And then... I do something like shoot this thing into here, killing this thing, dealing 1 damage here. All these are very kind of poor. What if I shot this thing, killing it? Shot this thing here, pushing, killing, killing. Shoot, kill. 1 damage, 1 damage. Move this thing here, kill this thing. This guy is a major problem. Yeah, major problem. Push this thing here. Do I really want to take 2 more damage on this fight? Is that even an option? Yeah, well, not much to do. I have faith in my... faith for no reason. I can not take more damage. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe it was better for me to push this guy in here, shot this 1 damage right here. Yeah, maybe I screwed up that last turn. Alright, this guy's gonna be here, smacking these guys. This guy shoots this thing into the water. And then I block out one of the spawns next turn. this thing here. Don't wanna... Can't use artillery because then they'll bump this thing into here. So just bump this thing to my dude. And go ahead and they'll get full health back in the after this fight scene. Okay. Seems like I can possibly try to push this into the water. So how to do that? I think ideally I want to push this thing into this lava. So using my artillery, push this thing to here. But then how do I get the extra push on this thing? I think maybe I can't kill this one. I could move here, could move here. Yeah, I can't, I don't see a way to kill this one. Move here, no. Alright, just don't destroy two pylons. Just don't destroy two pylons. I can do this. Alright, so what do you have here? Push this into lava. That seems like a pretty good idea. Fortunately, that also means I somehow need to deal with this. Pushing this into this thing is also a very good idea. And just ignoring the fact that this is gonna hit this thing for 3. I feel like I can probably ignore that. I could also move him here, use my spear to push this thing back so that thing no longer deals 3. I want to say, this thing being right here is quite the problem actually, because it needs to not kill this thing. It needs to really not kill this thing. I only have 2 power. So I think what I will try to do, artillery this thing, pushing this thing into the rock. That's one. Alternatively, what's the big alternative here? I can move my tank here, smash this thing to here, and then move this guy here, smashing again to here, dying in the process. But then I will be able to kill this thing with my artillery. Like right now I can toss the artillery on these two tiles, pushing this thing into the wall, and dealing 4 here. But if I didn't do that, then what could I possibly do? Then I'd somehow use 2 of my actions to kill this one dude. So like maybe push this thing into here, move this guy here, attack him with my spear, move this guy up, shoot him, killing him. Really wish there was another way to have another artillery on this guy. I think maybe I made a mistake using this Egon mortar on the artillery. It might have been worth it to just put it on a different mech and have another range mech be able to do this ability. Because it's a very, very powerful ability. Okay, so this thing dies. Hold on. Does it die or not? Watch out for falling rocks. Does the falling rocks only cause fire? I wonder if it only causes fire. Well, we'll see what exactly it does shortly. I wonder what the armor here actually does as well. Oh, maybe it does. It takes 1 less damage, I think. That would make sense. And I guess I'll move this thing slightly closer to this area. Insta-kill? Okay, good. It does insta-kill. Oh! Whoa. I didn't notice that this thing actually was still gonna attack. Good thing it got resisted. Wait, what is this thing doing? A Scion Titan. All player units take 1 damage. Okay. I guess I can still handle that. This thing is annoying. Even if I move this thing here, that might not be good enough. So oh jeez. Okay, so what I can do here is have this guy this is such a poor setup. Have this guy kill this thing. That's one. Have this guy... No, this guy pretty much has to handle him because he has to move here, attack the pylon, so that it moves over here. Yeah, moves over here. And then these two guys have to deal with this gun and this one. So for this one, this guy can move here, attack this guy through the wall, through the rock, killing it. And then this guy moves here, attacks this guy, pushes him to the here. So we'll be taking 1 extra damage this turn. Are there any alternatives to this plan? Really need to kill this thing, otherwise I'm gonna die next turn from the poison. This plan does require me to take 1 damage. But I don't see any way around this. I am probably going to move over here to block this another spawn. Yep. Oh boy, this is cutting it close. Very close. And this one goes here and kills this thing. Might be greedy that I'm trying to kill this thing first, but feel like it's necessary. I could shoot this thing and kill this thing, right? No, I can't do that. Never mind. And oh, I can push this thing back. Yeah, that's so much better. Do I allow myself to be poisoned in the process? Yes. Because this is pretty far back. I think I do allow myself to be poisoned here. Maybe to allow myself to be right here instead. Here or here. A small choice, but actually a fairly important one, I think. I think I have to probably plan on being here. What's the big benefit of here? Yeah, I think this one has to be better. And then bonus move, bonus block. Alright, so what am I doing here? Move this thing here. Attack this thing, pushing this thing to the side here. That's 1. Move this thing here, pushing this thing to the water. That's 2. Move this one here, shooting this thing, killing it. That's 3. This thing survives. What are my alternatives? Attacking this thing? No. Moving here, attacking this thing with my poison tip, killing it. So this is dealing 3. This is poisoned. And then maybe moving here, attacking this thing, killing it, moving this thing off. So this thing survives. In my other plan, moving this thing here, shooting this thing, pushing this thing here, and then moving here, pushing this thing in the water. So this one, so in my first plan, this one survives. In the second plan, this one survives moving here. Guess I would prefer this one to survive. Is there a way for me to somehow kill all four? So what if I move this one here, attacking this thing, dealing 3 damage to this thing, 3 damage to this thing, 2 from the shot, 1 from the push in, these 2 die, and then I can't artillery this thing. I can't even artillery this thing. So I think the most legitimate one is actually moving here, poison tipping this thing, dealing 2 plus 1, 3, and then artillerying this thing. That's pretty legit. And here, attack. Wait. Oh, if only I could actually line this up. If only I could line this up. I don't think I can though. And I guess, do I prefer to be here or here? I guess here was slightly better. And then last one, fire this off. Alright, it's one more turn. It's one more turn. Don't even need to save these pilots, although that'd be pretty sweet. What's the attack order here? Alright, so this one's after this thing. So I need to kill this thing. Artillery on this thing. Pushes this thing here. That's one thing handled. What does this normally do? Does this explode? Okay. So, or I can even use a spear, pushing this thing here, killing it. This is a 1 attack, so as long as I move out of the way of this thing, then it's not gonna do harm to me. I can artillery. So this is shooting 1, dealing 2 damage there. So what if I did something like move this thing here, shot this thing. That deals 2 damage here. And then this guy shoots another one, so actually I don't know that I really want to touch this guy, but I think I will anyways. I can push this guy here. I can move here, shoot this guy. Alright, so I think what I can do here is move this thing here, push this thing to this spot. Nothing's gonna spawn here next turn actually, so it's not gonna die if I do that. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. this guy's gonna shoot and kill it. And alright. And I think that's it. These guys survive. Wait, this guy, yeah. Whew. Wow, that was a much messier ending than I would have expected. But maybe the two island drill is actually kind of cool. Definitely didn't feel like I was able to get ahead of the curve on the killing the enemies before they kind of snowballed into the next rounds. Alright. What do we have here? I'm gonna go ahead and say I'll probably use Bethany for one more round, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But the Riftwalker squad, I'm pretty sure they're going to be retired for the time being. I haven't tried the other squads yet, so we'll see which ones I play around with. Probably just a random one. Random. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Bye.